Hello, everyone, and welcome to our morning prayer and reflection on this, the 27th day of December. Today, we celebrate a very significant figure in our faith story, St. John the Apostle and Evangelist. Today, I read from the Gospel of St. John. On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Peter then came out with the other disciple, and they went towards the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. And stooping to look in, he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter came, following him, and went into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying, and the napkin which had been on his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple who reached the tomb first also went in, and he saw and he believed. The Gospel of the Lord. So, my dear friends, if we try to understand Christmas outside the event of the resurrection, we shall remain in the dark. The resurrection of Jesus from the dead helps us to see more clearly the significance of the Christmas event. If Jesus had not died and risen from the dead, Christmas would have no meaning for us. Christmas and Easter illumines the core of our faith that Jesus is both human and divine. He came to share in our humanity so that we could become divine and live with the triune God. The feast of St. John the Evangelist is celebrated in the Christmas season to remind us of our calling and responsibility to give witness to Jesus, who is and who is, and as our creed asserts, God from God, light from light, true God from true God. So, my dear friends, the key thing for us to contemplate today is the fact that when wine mixed with water becomes for us the blood of Christ in the Eucharist. In the Eucharist, we engage in an act of remembrance. Remembrance, as we often preach, is not a mere memory of what Jesus did at the Last Supper, but a real and living unity with Jesus' divine role as Redeemer. We proclaim that we are not just remembering, but in the Eucharist are indeed present at every moment of Jesus' divine life. It is why the Holy Mass is the key and the most essential celebration we engage in as Christians. St. John knew this. He was completely connected to Jesus, not just because he lived with him and followed him throughout his ministry in the cities and in the countrysides of Israel. He was really part of Jesus, and Jesus was in him, not just as a memory, but in reality. John lived the Eucharistic reality of Jesus fully present. And when St. John tells us, "My dear children, love one another," he is asking us to live in the reality of Jesus, past, present, and future. And in partaking of the Eucharist in communion, we receive the full reality of Jesus, who is in the world and will come again to fulfill all his promises to us. This is the Christian life of love. We must have a life that is eternal. So I thank you for joining us today. I want to wish you a happy Christmas season, and may God bless you all.